Is Matrix Lord 212 for morning time. So I started this yesterday, and yeah, look at me in the morning. Woo! My eyes are like sand in my eyes still. All right, so last night we did many casts on Terminator Dark Fate. And there's a reason for this because the Terminator franchise is one of my favorite growing up franchises. I've seen them all, and you know, it seems like it's always going downhill. And it's like for the life of me, I don't understand why they can't get it back on track. So, we did this little expose last night because Dark Fate's real purpose was that there wasn't an intention at the time for Terminator. It was basically, and this is my opinion, because if you look at all the articles put together, Patty Jenkins and James Cameron had this battle on Twitter, and James Cameron knocked the Wonder Woman movie and, in essence, Patty Jenkins, and she responded. And his take on it was that he needed to, behind his male ego, show people how it's done, show her how it's done, how to write a proper female character. So not even, probably like I would say 34 days, a little more, 34 days, 33 days later, there's an article about him saying he called up his ex-wife, and he says none of these movies are doing it, meaning he's taking jabs at Wonder Woman and Patty Jenkins because that's the Twitter battle that he had. So we need to show them how it's done, how a proper female hero is displayed, and blah, blah, blah. But again, he doesn't, like when I guess he's talking to Linda Hamilton, doesn't say, I believe, about the Twitter battle or Patty Jenkins. And again, it's just interesting how we've wanted a Terminator sequel for so long. Now, the Genesis movie, Terminator Genesis, the moment that they made it that John Connor was the bad guy, that ruined it for me. I was pissed. I was angry. I didn't accept it. And that was, while I liked that movie, it was a mess with that part, So, and James Cameron said he loved it. So, I guess he lied or whatever. But the fact that they took the whole purpose of Terminator and threw it in the garbage, John Connor dying, which they've said that numerous times, that in this movie, in the first 5 minutes, a CGI de-aged Edward Furlong gets killed by a Terminator, thereby erasing the future where they don't know who she is, and the Terminators are extinct, and then some other AI creates Terminators. It's just so weird, right? So weird. So you gotta, like, I just was having a hard time wrapping my head around everything, because it's like, so if you keep screwing up the Terminator franchise, and the only way to do it is travel through time and prevent it, then there's no end to it, right? I mean, you could keep doing that and doing that and doing that and erasing and erasing and erasing and erasing. Like, and after a while, it gets to be like, wow, if this Terminator movie don't work, we could just wipe it. And then it's like, well, do we really have to have it like that? I mean, can't we do something with the time travel where, I don't know, I remember seeing a movie, I think it was called Millennium, where if they really messed up time, there was like time storms and all kinds of weird stuff going on because they just manipulated the timeline so much that it was like causing a damage to it. I mean, there's no consequences that it's like eraser board. You just like wipe the chalk off and it's like, okay. I mean, and I don't know. I just, and to me, look, it's fine having like say, a female protector. But the whole point of this movie was that he was trying to write as many female hero leads as possible at the same time, and there was no room to have any male. So he basically, James Cameron, crapped on his own franchise just to prove the male ego point. So in other words, his male ego was behind this whole female thing, so it wasn't genuine and it wasn't real. And his purpose was to make more money than Wonder Woman and show her up. And that's really not like a reason to do that. Like, I mean, if he did it from his heart and, John Connor's alive and blah, 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 that's different than him twisting his own franchise in the end. And you got to wonder, like, why would he do that? I mean, yes, he lost the rights to or he gave up the rights to Terminator, and I guess he regretted it, and then he finally got it back. But then the moment you get it back, you, like, wreck the whole concept of it. I mean, does he feel that, oh, well, get one more movie out of it, I can do whatever I want, and I'm gonna show how I could write a female better. So, like, I don't know if it's age. Like, when you get older, like, he just doesn't care. But to me, the whole point is, it's not even about millions or even losing millions. It was about him being right in an argument. That's terrible. And I call it an ego sequel. Just like I called the Halloween movie an ego sequel, because the only reason he made Halloween was because of an argument with Rob Zombie about Michael Myers not being immortal. And he was supposed to do the movie where he was going to kill Michael Myers and showed that he's mortal. And then the movie studio company and whatever, they're like, oh, you know what, we could do more of these and make you tons of money, so why don't we change the ending and have it like this, and here's some money. And he's like, okay. So the whole purpose of making that Halloween movie was null and void, because he did it to try to prove his point to an argument. And then money talks. And then it was like, okay. So, 2 ego sequels. Meaning, the only reason they made it was not because of the fans, but because they had a little argument. So, because they had a little argument and they wanted to prove their point, they had movie studios backed with millions to prove their point. And again, it was just a personal thing. It wasn't even to do with, and if everybody enjoys the movie, oh, that's great. So that's it. 2 ego sequels. And, how many more are we going to have of this? I wonder. Why can't we just, if it's not from the heart, it's not going to perform. So James Cameron, gets to pick somebody who he feels can capture it closest to his vision. And Tim Miller is, all about promoting the female. Okay, that's great, dude, but, if you're really a fan of Terminator, why is John Connor not the most important thing to the Terminator franchise? And like Chris was saying, who the hell in that company is angry about John Connor or can't stand John Connor that is whispering in James Cameron's ear to get John Connor out of the way? I mean, I don't understand it. So that's my Dark Fate take. Take care. Bye for now.